we have a classification system. We have the kingdom, followed by the phylum, the class, the order, family, genus, and the species. So we have it in that order, and the organisms are being classified till it gets to the last one. They have a general kingdom, followed by their phylum, the class, the order, the family, the genus, and the species. Kingdom consists of a group of related phyla. That's the plural of phylum. Group of related phyla. Let me use another illustration to explain this so that you get it better. For instance, we have human beings. Everybody human beings. So we want to classify human beings generally now. You know, we have the whites, the blacks, the yellow, all sorts of colors. So let's say the kingdom now. For instance, the kingdom is that everybody is a human being. Then the phylum, let's say the blacks. You know, we have black Americans, we have the Africans that are also black. Let's say the phylum is the black people. Now the class, let's say we have Africans. You know, all of them still belong to human beings. Even though you are black or you are white, you still belong to a group of people called human beings. So that is the way it is. Now, get to the black. We have different countries. We have people from Uganda, we have Nigerians, we have people, the Ghanaians. So we have the people from different countries. So they are still blacks, but now they are classified based on their country. Now let's come to Nigeria. In Nigeria, you still have different people. Although we are human beings, everybody in Nigeria, they are human beings, they are blacks, they are Nigerians, but we still have three basic ethnic groups. We have the Hausas, the Yorubas, and the Igbos. So we are still classifying them. We have, okay, we come to the Yoruba people. In the Yoruba people, everybody that is Yoruba, we are not just from the same place. We have diversity. So we want to still classify Yoruba people. We say people from Oyo State. In Oyo State, we still say, okay, people from Iseyin, people from Ibadan, people from Shaki, all of them are from Oyo State. Remember, all of them are still Nigerians, all of them are Yoruba people, all of them are Nigerians, all of them are Africans, all of them are black people, and they are human beings. So it's like that. That you are breaking down things that are related to individuals. That's why we came up with, that's why Carlos came up with this classification system. The kingdom is a group of related phyla. The phylum is a group of related classes, while the class is a group of related orders. Order is a group of related families. Family is a group of related genera. The genus is a group of related species, while the species now is a group of organisms that resemble each other closely in structure. This genus is the one that is the least. So it's the one that they really look alike. The closeness is so much. Closely in structure and function that they can interbreed within themselves and whose characteristics remain fairly constant through many generations. Species are the closest group in this classification system. They are the ones that have the ability that when they interbreed, that is, there is a crossing or a mating. When they mate, that is, they reproduce, they can interbreed within themselves, and they still have offspring that looks like them, and their characteristics still remains for a whole generation, as in for several generations. They don't change. That is their characteristics. You don't find them changing in a while. It takes so long. For instance, human beings are a group of species, and we keep interbreeding and reproducing. You still find human beings, even though the color may be different or something, but you have not seen a normal human being that now has 3 hands. That's what we are saying, that the characteristics remains constant. You will know that if this is a human being and it's normal, it will have so number of fingers, so number of eyes, and things like that. So that is it, that their characteristics remain fairly constant through many generations. We want to look at the classification of animals now. We want to practicalize how are animals classified, and we'll be looking at 2 organisms. We want to see how we classify them, and we'll come about the binomial nomenclature that Carlos came about. We'll be looking at the domestic dog and man. The kingdom, the general kingdom of animals is Animalia. Animalia. They are not English words, so you have to get used to that. They are not English words, so you have to get used to that. Animalia. Domestic dog belongs to the kingdom Animalia. Also, man belongs to that kingdom Animalia. They are both animals. Basic science, you have established the fact that man is an animal, so as dog is, even though man is more developed. So they belong to the same kingdom, Animalia. Then the next classification system there is the phylum. So we come down to phylum. And the phylum of domestic dog is Chordata. So also for man, chordates, they are both chordates. So that's why we have Chordata. That's the phylum for domestic dog, and it's the same phylum for man. They belong in the same kingdom and in the same phylum. Now we have the class. The class is Mammalia. That's mama. They are not English words, so you just learn it like that. It's Mammalia. Mammals. Mammals are organisms that are living, or animals. Mammals are animals that give birth to their young ones alive, and they breastfeed their young ones. So dog is in that class. Man is also in that class. So they belong to the same class, Mammalia. But look at this now. They have now changed. They are now in the order. Look at the order. Carnivoria. Carnivora is the order of dog, whereas the order of man is primate, is primata. Carnivora, the dog is a carnivorous animal. That's why it has that's where the difference comes in now. You can see that they are separating. They are trying to separate man from the domestic dog. We started from where they look alike. They are both animals, we agree. They are both chordates. They are both mammals. But now we are looking at their nature. We are looking at characteristics that now differentiate them. Dog is a carnivore, while man is a primate. Then their family, Canidae, is a family of dog. From that point on, they are no longer the same. So, and the family of man is Omnidae. The genus, the general of dog is Canis, and the general of man is Homo. The species of dog is Familiaris, while the species of man is Sapien. So now, when you want to, how do we get the binomial nomenclature of dog? You combine the genus, that is the general name, and the specific name. So you have Canis familiaris. Canis familiaris is the specific name of dog. So when you get to any country of the world and you mention Canis familiaris, it's the same all over. Unlike when you say dog and you get to the Yoruba, we say Aja, you don't understand what are they saying, and it's still the same thing. So when you say Canis familiaris, it is dog. It is a generally accepted principle of naming organisms. So also man, the binomial nomenclature of man is Homo sapien. Homo sapien. So when you hear Homo sapien, it's referring to man. Now we go to the classification of plants. We want to classify plants just as we have classified the animals. We classify the dog and the man. Now we want to classify maize and cowpea. They are both plants. We both eat them. So, but we want to look at how do they differ and how do we come about their names. So we want to classify maize and cowpea. The kingdom, they belong to the same kingdom, Plantae. The other kingdom of the animal is Animalia. Now the kingdom is Plantae, that is plant kingdom. Now the phylum of both maize and cowpea is the Tracheophyta. They are both tracheophytes. You'll be getting to know the meaning of these names as you go on in the class. So Tracheophyta, they both belong to the phylum Tracheophyta. Then they belong to the class Angiospermae. That is, they are both angiosperms. Both maize and cowpea, they are both angiosperms. Then the order, look at this now. The order has changed. The order of maize is graminalis, grasses. Maize belongs to the group of grasses, while cowpea belongs to the other leguminosae. That is, cowpea is a legume. That's the other. Now, their family. The family of maize is Graminaceae. The family of maize is Graminaceae, while that of cowpea is Papilionaceae. The genus of maize is Z, and the genus of cowpea is Vigna. Now, the species that maize belongs to is maize, while that of cowpea is Unguiculata. So we have the binomial nomenclature of maize to be Z maize, while that of cowpea is Vigna unguiculata. Now, another thing I want you to know about this binomial nomenclature is that the generic name, that is the first name, the genus, the Z, we start with a capital letter Z, while the specific name, that is the species name, we start with a small letter, maize. You see the small letter M. So also for Vigna, V is in capital letter, while U is in small letter. Another thing, when you are writing a scientific name, is that they will be italicized. If you are typing it, you italicize it. But when you are writing it,